Stage 1. Log entry. You begin the night shift by arriving at the hidden garage for routine checks. The night shift starts as you approach the garage gate, ready to unlock it with the key for the first security check. The key engages the lock with a firm click, a precise action that initiates the nightly garage security protocol. Inside the garage, the desk holds the lock notebook and camera monitor, awaiting your review for the night's inventory. You receive the nightly log from the previous shift worker, noting the time and date to start your duties. The monitor displays live camera feeds of the yard, each car positioned as listed in the log for verification. You verify the side door lock is secure, a routine step documented in the log to ensure all entrances are safe. You mark the door check complete in the log, recording the time and condition with careful attention to detail. The pen moves across the paper, leaving a trail of entries that track each security check during the night shift. Next, you head to the yard gate to inspect the lock and alarm system, following the checklist in the log. The gate lock is firm, and the alarm panel indicates all zones are active, confirming security for the night. Green lights on the alarm panel show that the security system is functioning properly across all garage areas. Back at the desk, you cross-reference the log entries with the live camera feeds to verify car positions. You confirm that each car on the monitor matches the description and location listed in the nightly log. The yard is quiet, with cars parked in orderly rows as recorded in the log for the night's inventory check. You test the flashlight, an essential tool for inspecting darker corners of the garage during the night shift. The storage room door is locked securely, another point to document in the log to maintain comprehensive security records. You add the storage room check to the log, ensuring all entries are accurate and up to date for the shift. The clock shows the shift is progressing, with time marked precisely in the log for each completed check. With initial door and lock checks complete, you prepare to walk the yard for the detailed car inventory verification. You start the car inventory by walking the yard with the log, checking each vehicle against the recorded entries. The log contains precise details for every car, ensuring accurate tracking during the night shift verification. You confirm the license plate matches the log entry, marking it as verified in the inventory checklist. Each car's make and model are cross-referenced with the log to maintain consistency in the yard's records. The camera feeds provide additional verification, showing the car's positions as logged for security purposes. You inspect the car's door lock and record the condition in the log, part of the comprehensive inventory check. You count the cars in each row, ensuring the total matches the log's entry for the yard's capacity. With the initial yard walk complete, you have verified several cars against the log, ready for the next phase. Now entering the car inventory stage, where detailed verification of each vehicle against the log is conducted. Back at the desk, you use the camera monitors to verify car colors and models listed in the log. You cross-reference the camera feed with the log, ensuring each car's appearance matches the recorded description. The desk setup is central to the log-keeping process, with tools arranged for efficient verification work. You use a magnifying glass to examine small print in the log, ensuring no entry is overlooked during inventory. You record the current time in the log, marking the progress of the car inventory verification shift. You use the radio to verify a car's entry with a colleague, adding another layer to the log's accuracy check. Based on the radio confirmation, you update the log to correct a minor discrepancy in the car's record. The radio is a key tool for communication during the shift, supporting the log-keeping process with real-time updates. After several verifications, you take a moment to review the yard on the monitor, ensuring all is as logged. You prepare the log for continued use, organizing the pages to streamline the remaining car checks. With the log updated and tools ready, you proceed to verify the next car in the detailed inventory process. You verify the third car on the list by matching its image on the monitor with the log description. The camera monitors provide a comprehensive view of the yard, aiding in the inventory verification process. You identify a potential error in the log when the car's color on the monitor does not match the recorded detail. To ensure accuracy, you examine the log closely with a magnifying glass, checking for any illegible entries. The log notebook shows the history of verifications and corrections made during the shift. You use the radio to contact a colleague for confirmation on a car's registration listed in the log. After receiving the radio response, you update the log with the confirmed information from your colleague. You take a brief walk to the door to visually confirm the presence of a car listed in the inventory. The yard at night is quiet, with cars arranged in rows as recorded in the log for inventory checks. You verify the door lock is functioning properly, maintaining security during the log verification shift. You record the time in the log, marking another checkpoint in the car inventory verification process. The clock on the wall tracks the progress of the night shift dedicated to log keeping and inventory. You tally the number of cars verified so far against the total list to assess the inventory progress. You discover a discrepancy where a car listed in the log is not visible on any camera feed in the yard. You use the camera monitors to scan the yard thoroughly for the car that is unaccounted for in the log. The camera feed reveals an empty spot, indicating a potential error in the log's inventory records. You document the inconsistency in the log, preparing to report it as part of the inventory discrepancies. You prepare the log and related documents for the upcoming shift change or further review of discrepancies. You verify the alarm system is operational, adding a layer of security check to the log keeping routine. With the car inventory verification completed, you secure the log and prepare for the next phase of the shift. The shift enters a critical phase as log inconsistencies demand immediate attention and thorough alarm checks. You use the radio to inform the supervisor about the log discrepancy found during the car inventory verification process. The radio serves as the primary communication tool for reporting issues and coordinating responses in the isolated garage. The supervisor instructs you to double-check the alarm zones and review all camera feeds again for any discrepancies. You systematically test the alarm system's zones to ensure they are active and functioning properly under pressure. The alarm lights show the operational status of each zone, crucial for maintaining security during discrepancy investigations. You re-examine the camera feeds thoroughly to confirm the absence of the car listed incorrectly in the log. You compare the log entries with the master list to identify any other potential inconsistencies in the records. The pen marks highlight the errors in the log, documenting each step of the discrepancy investigation process meticulously. You verify the gate security on the monitor to rule out any unauthorized access related to the log discrepancy. The clock indicates the pressure to resolve the discrepancy before the shift ends or the next routine checkpoint. The garage remains silent and isolated, emphasizing the responsibility of handling log discrepancies alone during the night shift. You coordinate with a colleague via radio to get a second opinion on a car's presence in the inventory list. You update the log with the corrected information provided by the worker, reducing the discrepancy count step by step. The keys represent the tools for securing the garage and managing access during ongoing discrepancy investigations. You conduct a last verification of the alarm system to ensure no security breaches during the discrepancy resolution. You compile all findings into a report for the supervisor, detailing the discrepancies and actions taken for review. The monitor feeds provide a comprehensive view of the yard, essential for accurate log keeping and inventory checks. You verify the door lock's operation as part of the security protocol following the discrepancy investigation. With the discrepancy pressure addressed, you secure the log and reset the workspace for ongoing garage duties and checks. You begin double-checking the corrected log entries against the master list to ensure all discrepancies are fully resolved. The log pages display the meticulous corrections made during the discrepancy investigation, highlighting attention to detail. You use the camera feed to confirm one car's details directly, cross-referencing with the log for accuracy. You communicate via radio to get a real-time report on the yard's gate condition from another worker. The yard remains quiet and organized, with cars positioned as per the log under the night shift routine. You physically check a car in the yard with a flashlight, noting any visible issues for the log update. You document the inspection results on paper, creating a supplementary record for the log verification process. The alarm panel shows all security zones are active, ensuring the garage is protected during the night shift. You verify the door lock mechanism is operational, part of routine security checks after discrepancy resolution. You secure the documents and check the clock, preparing to transition into the next phase of the shift. System verification begins, focusing on thorough checks of all garage systems and records for accuracy. You activate the monitor system to get a comprehensive view of the garage for verification purposes. The monitor feeds provide simultaneous visual data from key locations, essential for system verification. You test the alarm system connections with a tool to confirm they are functioning correctly during verification. You communicate with the supervisor via radio to coordinate the verification process and follow protocols. The tools on the bench are ready for use in system checks, symbolizing the procedural nature of garage work. You cross-reference the log and list meticulously, marking verifications to ensure all records are accurate. You access previous logbooks in storage to verify historical data matches current records for system integrity. The clock indicates the ongoing passage of time during system verification, emphasizing shift continuity. You finalize the log update with verification details, completing this phase of the system check routine. You carefully examine the radio communication records to verify that all logs accurately match events from the shift. You contact the supervisor via radio to cross-check a log entry for consistency with the yard inventory list. The radio setup remains active with the logs nearby, supporting continuous verification of communication records. You retrieve older logbooks from storage to verify historical data against current entries for accuracy. The storage room holds archived logs and tools, essential for thorough system verification processes. You cross-reference old and new log entries meticulously to ensure all records are consistent and error-free. You employ a tool to verify the timestamps in the logs, ensuring they align with shift activities. You mark off completed checks on the list, confirming each step of the system verification routine. The clock indicates ongoing time during verification, emphasizing the procedural nature of the shift work. You review the yard via camera feeds to verify car locations match the log entries accurately. You document a small discrepancy in the records, preparing to resolve it through additional checks. You communicate with a colleague via radio to gather more information about the noted log inconsistency. The monitor feeds provide comprehensive visual data from key locations for system verification purposes. You physically inspect the gate lock and compare it with the security log to ensure all entries are correct. You update the main log with the gate inspection results, completing another verification step in the routine. The key operation symbolizes the physical security checks integral to the garage's verification system. You consolidate all verification documents on the desk, preparing to finalize the system check process. You double-check the verification report for accuracy, ensuring it is ready for the upcoming routine reset. The tools and logs on the bench represent the equipment used in the systematic verification of garage records. You complete the log updates and check the time, signaling the end of the verification phase for this shift. You double-check the log with the camera feeds to confirm all car locations align with the documented entries before finalizing. The log notebook represents the core record-keeping tool in the garage's systematic verification process. You communicate with the supervisor via radio to get final confirmation on the accuracy of the log entries. You officially stamp and initial the log to indicate completion of the verification phase for this shift. You check the clock and organize tools, signaling the end of system verification and the start of routine reset. The shift now enters the routine reset phase, focusing on updating logs and securing the garage for the next cycle. You carefully write the last updates in the logbook to ensure all records are current and accurate for the next shift. The yard at night highlights the orderly arrangement of cars, a key aspect of the garage's storage routine. You physically check and lock the main garage door using your key as part of the security protocol for shift end. You inspect the gate lock and cross-reference it with the security lock to maintain consistent entry records. The monitor displays multiple camera angles, providing a comprehensive view for final security checks before shift change. You activate the alarm system using the control panel to enhance security as you prepare to leave the garage. You organize the logbook and tools in a box, ensuring everything is in place for the upcoming shift's routine work. The clock marks the passage of time, emphasizing the structured nature of the shift transition in the garage. You pass a summary report to the incoming shift worker, facilitating a smooth handover of duties and logs. You perform a last inspection of the garage, verifying all doors and lights are secure as you conclude your shift. Turning off the lights symbolizes the end of the active shift, with the garage settling into a quiet state. You lock the side door and take a final look at the garage, completing your shift duties for the night. You record your exit time in a personal log, maintaining consistency with the garage's procedural documentation system. The garage stands quiet and secure, ready for the next shift to begin the routine anew with logs and checks. You carefully write the last log entry, summarizing all nightly checks and activities to complete the shift documentation. The logbook page displays detailed entries, ensuring accuracy and completeness for the garage's procedural audit and records. You store the logbook in a locked drawer to maintain confidentiality and prepare it for the next shift's use. You test the radio to ensure it is fully functional and ready for communication during the upcoming shift changes. The garage tools are organized on the bench, reflecting the meticulous routine and preparedness for future repair work. You double-check the camera feeds on the monitor to verify that the yard and gate are secure before leaving. You switch off the main lights, leaving emergency lights on for safety as the garage transitions to a quiet state. The clock marks the precise end of your shift, emphasizing the structured timing of the garage's daily routine cycle. You lock the door and exchange a few words with a colleague, ensuring a smooth handover for the next shift's duties. The garage lights up again, indicating the beginning of another shift's routine, continuing the cycle of logs and checks.